And sometimes, the greatest journeys begin in the smallest places. Long before IKEA was a global empire, Ingvar Kamprad was just a boy in the rural village of Älmhult, Sweden. Born into a farming family in 1926, he was surrounded by dense forests and simple people who made the most of what they had. And even as a child, Ingvar had a restless spark. He rode his bicycle around his village, selling matches and pencils to his neighbors. He was small, he was shy, but he was determined to turn small ideas into something big. And though nobody could see it then, this boy was sowing the first seeds of what would one day become a worldwide phenomenon. And sometimes, early ambition comes with heavy consequences. By the time Ingvar was 17, he decided to start his own company. He named it IKEA, after his initials, the farm he grew up on, Älmhult, and his village, Agunnaryd. He sold household items by mail order, picture frames, watches, nylons, anything people needed at prices they could afford. And for a while, it seemed to work. But as orders grew, so did his debts. The company was small, margins were razor thin, and suppliers were unreliable. More than once, IKEA was on the edge of collapse. Each day, a tightrope walk between survival and ruin. Yet every setback only hardened his resolve. And just when it looked like everything would slip through his hands, Ingvar dared to change the game. In the 1950s, Swedish furniture makers began boycotting him. They hated his low prices. Suppliers stopped delivering to him. IKEA was cornered, one blow away from going under forever. That's when Ingvar did something nobody expected. He decided to design and make his own furniture. And to make it affordable for everyone, he came up with the most revolutionary idea of all: flat pack furniture. Easy to produce, easy to ship, and easy for customers to put together at home. That one bold move would forever change the way people bought furniture and rescue IKEA from the edge of ruin. And sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs come from the most desperate moments. With furniture makers boycotting him and traditional sales channels closed, Ingvar Kamprad could have given up, but he didn't. He decided to do something revolutionary. He would produce his furniture in Eastern Europe, where factories were cheaper and the work was skillful. And by packing his furniture flat, he could ship more units in less space, reducing cost and making every piece more affordable. That simple decision changed everything. Suddenly, IKEA could scale. Suddenly, people who had never owned new furniture before could fill their homes with beautiful modern pieces. And slowly, a company that had been on the brink of bankruptcy became unstoppable. And from one small shop in rural Sweden grew a brand that would reach across continents. By the 1960s, IKEA was no longer just a small Swedish mail-order company. It was an expanding empire. Big blue and yellow warehouses began opening all across Scandinavia. Each store was an adventure, part showroom, part playground, where customers could walk the maze of model rooms and see their future. People didn't just buy furniture at IKEA, they experienced it. And everywhere those stores appeared, people felt connected to something larger than themselves, a world where design was affordable for all. And all along, Ingvar kept the company grounded in its core philosophy: keep prices low, keep products simple, and never stop making life better for the many, not the few. And sometimes, the price of success is paid in silence. As IKEA's star rose, Ingvar stayed true to his modest roots. He flew economy. He drove an old Volvo, and to the outside world, he was just another working Swede. But behind the scenes, there were sacrifices, long hours, endless stress, and painful choices that took him away from his family and the simple village life he cherished. He wrestled with guilt, wondering if the empire he built was worth the cost. But whenever he visited a showroom and saw a family picking out a chair or a bed they could finally afford, he knew the answer. He wasn't just making furniture, he was helping millions live better. And that was enough to keep him going. And long after the boy with big dreams became an old man, his vision kept transforming the world. By the 1990s, IKEA was everywhere. From Tokyo to Toronto, from Dubai to Dusseldorf. Its catalog was one of the most printed publications in the world, rivaling even the Bible, and its blue and yellow sign had become a symbol of affordable design for everyone. And though he'd become one of the wealthiest men on earth, Ingvar Kamprad never forgot the forest paths of his childhood or the people he set out to serve. His mission had never been luxury. It was making good furniture accessible to all. And every flat-packed box was a promise kept. And if one determined boy could build an empire from scratch, what might you do? When Ingvar passed away in 2018 at the age of 91, the world paused to remember the boy who started by selling matches and built a global movement. His story reminds us that great ideas rarely begin as grand ambitions. They begin as small, stubborn hopes held tight through every setback. And his legacy still lives on every time someone walks into an IKEA store, grabs an Allen key, and begins putting together their future, one careful twist at a time. And if a boy with no money and little more than his hands could do all that, imagine what's waiting for you.